So we started our ABAP Managed Database Procedures. Yeah. And we did not created any AMDP class earlier. We just focused on one interesting concept that we have here. If UADT class run interface, and using which we can directly test our classes from ABAP console as well. Next is how a AMDP class is created. AMDP class is created. How a AMDP class is created. So now I already know an AMDP class. Let me check whether I have given or not. Not. All right. So an AMDP class must implement an interface, and the name of the interface is if AMDP marker HDB. This interface must be implemented by a AMDP class. So if this class is not implementing this interface, this will not be treated as a AMDP class. First top thing here. Second, this AMDP class can contain both the AMDP method as well as non-AMDP methods. This AMDP class can contain both the AMDP methods as well as non-AMDP methods. If I'm saying here, what does a non-AMDP method mean? Non-AMDP method. And then we have this AMDP method. So this non-AMDP method, a normal method that you have inside any of the classes, is your AMDP non-AMDP method. Like say my method name, method name, and then end method. When I'm talking about a AMDP method, the syntax is a little bit different. The AMDP must contain the AMDP method have some declarations. Have some declaration like method name. Then by database procedure, so by database procedure for HANA database. As we know, this can only be created for HANA DB. AMDP is a special concept for database only. So for HANA database, then after that, language, SQL script, and then using your tables. If there is table you are utilizing, you can pass the table names. If only read operation you are performing here, you can give options read only as well. This is the declaration. And in between, you can write your SQL script code. Write our SQL script code. This is the general declaration of a AMDP method. Yeah. Second thing, AMDP classes can only be created and maintained from ADT on Eclipse tool, from ADT on Eclipse tool only. They cannot be maintained from SE24, but not from SE24 on GUI. So let's see that. I will open our system. and I'm going to create one class for you, right? So here, right click, new ABAP class, my first AMDP class. So Z first AMDP class. Say I'm giving here a short description as well. First AMDP class. Yeah. And I'll pass the name of our interface, which I need, if AMDP marker HDB. That is the interface that I want, and it is mandatory here. Yeah. So are you getting correct? This interface should be used. I will go for add. Sorry, not add. Go for next and select the transport request. And you see here it is created. By default, this interface is getting implemented. Now we can have both the AMDP and non-AMDP methods. But another important thing, AMDP method is by default a static method. So an AMDP method is by default an static method in SAP. So always create a static method for it. Class method. Yeah. And say I'm writing display sales order. Suppose I'm creating here display sales order using AMDP. Okay. Or we can also go for other things like so let's start with this only. We are going for sales order and have one more thing here. By default, all the parameters of the AMDP methods are passed by value only. This is by default in nature. All the methods are passed by value. So here, say I'm having a exporting parameter and exporting, I'm making it LT result. So this exporting I'll make pass by value and then type. We need a table type or whatever type it is. So for that, I will declare here a table type, or we can declare it from a C11 as well. Directly, I will go there. C11, I will declare here table type, say Z table sales order creation. Table type for sales order. I'll pass here a structure as well. And I'll create it. Structure for sales order. Here the columns, whatever I want, say Veblen from VBAK, date from VBAK, time from VBAK, suppose. Username from VBAK and say VBTYP document category as well. From item, I will take item number. So I request here Item number, data element, material number, data element, and activate it. Go back and activate this table type as well. Wait a second. I created the sales order. Change. Yeah, this structure got created, but table type is not there. No problem. I will declare this table type here. Create table type for sales order. And here I'll paste my structure. Activate it. So once it is created, now we can copy and we can simply use it here. So type my table type. This is a normal static method that we have declared, right? I will click on it and I will have the implementation. Here, this is a normal non-AMDP method. Now for this non-AMDP method, I will turn it into a AMDP. How? By using this. So I'll pass it here by database procedure. For HDB, language will be SQL Script. This is I'm only performing read operation here, so options read only. And using my table name VBAK, VBAP, etc. Yeah. Now, if you see here automatically that this system is saying the body of an AMDP method cannot be empty. We are required to write our logic here. So write here SQL script code, SQL script code here. So my exporting parameter is LT result. I will say LT result equal to my select, whatever the columns are there, one by one we can use them. Weblin is there, all right. So select A dot Weblin, or better sales header dot Weblin, sales header dot ERDAT, and here I will be having sales header dot ERJDT, right? Sales header dot ERNum, then say sales header dot VBTYP. Then item will be there, so sales item dot item number and sales item dot material number, correct? So from VBAK as sales header, then inner join, we are going to have inner join VBAP as sales item on sales header dot VBELM is equal to sales item dot VBELM. This is the common thing. Based on the common result, and every SQL script code always ends with semicolon. That's what I'm doing. The common data will be fetched and it will be transferred here into the LT result, right? So now we can activate it. Yeah, I'll clear this console here. This is a normal AMDP class, right? Let's call this AMDP class. I will create a ABAP program. ABAP program. AMDP class calling. Yeah. Here, pass the short description. Next, transport request. Yeah. So there is the one, right? Here, suppose I'm going to call it. So there is my static method. Let me just declare a table type data LT result type table of or table type is already there. We can directly consume it. There is the one Z table sales. So paste it. And then I will call this static method directly. So my class name and here our AMDP method display sales order. It is going to return us so data. I will uncomment it. LT result. Let's name it LT output so that we can understand both are different. Right? We are calling it. Now I'll check. So CL demo output display and I will display it. So LT output. We can check. So activation and then run as a BAP application. Yes. All the common data out of VBAK and VBAP it is fetching and it is returning as right. What is the definition of a AMDP? The AMDP says once you are going for calling it, so there it is. Yes, when we are going to call the AMDP method for the very first time, it will generate a procedure inside HANA in the ABAP relevant schema. Same thing we can check. There is our class name. I'll copy this class name and then I will go inside the HANA database. There is my SAP HANA DB, the ABAP relevant schema, which we have saw already. I'll go for procedure section. I will refresh it, right click, refresh this. And then again, I will right click to check it. So filter, my class name, static symbol, and then the name of the method is display sales order. Copy and paste it here, search for it. So there now you can see system has by default created one procedure for us. Everyone say this. Create procedure. The name of the procedure is class name, static symbol, and method name. There is the output parameter as well. And by default, here you can see the written SQL script code. See this, right? So we are able to check it from here as well. We are able to check this output by calling it in a web program. And the moment we are calling it in a web program, by default, a procedure is getting generated inside HANA database, correct? So are you getting it? Everyone, are you getting this? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
right? We can have here importing parameters as well. I want to apply one parameter as a filter. So let's say display again sales, I'm naming it, importing again pass by value. I will name this as P sales and type our data element of sales document number, Veblen VA. Exporting, we can have the same here. So say exporting value like this way, LT result, right? I'll implement it. So I'll hover the mouse here and it is add implementation. I will turn it again into a AMDP, same thing by database procedure for HANA database language, SQL script, and the table names. So I can paste it here, right? Same logic, we can write it again, but with a where condition now. So here now I can give a where condition as well. And where sales header dot Veblen, we can pass the where condition, which is P underscore, what it is, P underscore sales, right? P underscore sales. By default, we use colon whenever we are using any of the variable inside the SQL script, right? Same thing I'm doing. Now I can activate it. And instead of this, I can call display sales in ABAP program with a filter condition. So parameter P Veblen type data element. And here we can call display sales as well. And I can get it here. So PVBLN, and we can pass LT output, right? So now if I check, I will activate it. I'm going to execute it here. So run as ABAP application. I can pass here an input. So say I'm passing 1, I'll execute it. Their combination is returning for sales document number, right? For the same, again, a new, here it is going to generate a new procedure, right? If I go and just refresh this procedure, right click, refresh it. And if I just filter it out again, so filter, you can check this. So display sales with a input parameter and varchar numeric value character here. See this up to 10 length only as it is for our data element. And then this exporting parameter as well. And whatever logic we are writing, it is working here. Correct. Same way, we can just create any sort of possible thing. If you want to say I'm going for AMDP and our sum of two numbers as we did, let's do that also. Class methods, display sum with importing pass by value enum1 type integer, and here pass by value we can make it enum2 type integer. And then exporting, we can have this as result type integer, correct? So then we can do the implementation of this as well, and I'll make it a AMDP. So by database procedure, SQL script, and options read only. Here you can do the declaration. So if you want to declare integers, you can do the same way, declare X integer, declare Y integer, and declare Z integer. I will do the allocation. So X is equal to whatever input we are getting. So here I'm getting the input where it is. Yeah, P num1, P num2. So P num1, Y I can make it P underscore num2, and Z we can make equal to X plus Y. And finally, the result is our output parameter. So result is equal to Z. That's what we can do. I can activate it and I can call this as well. So if I check it here, instead of this all thing, so Z first AMDP class static operator, AMDP class underscore 02. Okay. And we can have these values. Output. So some should print 90 as well. So if I activate it, and I can check it here. See, we are getting the 90. The same thing will be generated again, another procedure. So if I copy this, and here if I go and check this procedure section, refresh, and right click, filter, this again. You can just see this part. Same way as we created our procedure. It is two input parameters, one output parameter, and here you see